Hi everyone, this is Robin. Thank you so much for signing up for my Festival of Trees online card class. Whichever session you're in, I'm glad to have you here and I hope you like the projects that I designed for you. I love what I do and I've loved preparing all of the project kits. I've loved packaging them up and I love making videos. So I'm excited right now to do the video portion so you guys grab something to eat, get in some comfortable clothes, get ready to get inky, and we're going to go ahead and get started. But what you will need in addition to what you received in the kit, you will need scissors to cut your ribbon, you'll need adhesive, dimensionals or pop dots, and you'll also need some blocks or we really are only using, I think you could just use one block and get away with it. You could use a smaller block if you want just to fit the tree. And we're going to do a different technique. Instead of using ink pads, you're probably wondering, like, what are we going to do? We don't have any ink pads in this kit. So we're going to use the pens, and I'm going to show you how to use the pens on the stamps instead of using an ink pad. So you can actually go further. Now, I wouldn't want to do this all the time, this technique, but it's fun to do if you're in a pinch, or like me, I was trying to keep the cost of the class down for you guys, and I figured it all out, and actually you guys it's a really good deal for this class. You got everything you needed, you paid for all of the product, and you didn't pay anything in addition to that. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's worth your money that you invested in this, and please let me know what you think about it afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, are you guys ready to get started with our first project? Okay, I kind of have a hot mess here. Just like we're doing a real class in person, I'd have a hot mess in front of you for just a second. Okay, so this is your project packet. This has everything you need to make all of the 12 cards. And so you can go ahead and open it if you haven't already. Some of you guys might have peeked because I know a lot of your packages have arrived before the video. And that's usually how I like it. I like you guys to have the stuff in your hands before I send you the video. And that's like how I like to do it. Okay, so we're working with one of my favorite colors in this card. Do you guys love, this is called Bermuda Bay. And I have everything prepared for you. So you'll just need this stack here. And all you'll need is this here for this project. And you'll need your adhesive, your dimensionals or pop dots, and your, did I say scissors and glue? Okay, so let's set everything else aside. I'm just going to make one of the cards for you guys, and then I'm going to show you how I did this through here. So this is using one of my favorite, everything's my favorite on my videos, right, in my classes. It's because I use them a lot, and I want you guys to know that once you have purchased something from me, I hope you use it over and over and over again. I hope it doesn't just sit on the shelf, and that's what I like about all of the embossing folders and everything that I have. They're just so well selected from Stampin' Up! That there's not a lot, there's not a million to choose from, and that I like that because then I'm not overwhelmed. And if you guys have taken my last 3 classes, and some of you guys have been in all 3 classes, thank you for that. I've used this embossing folder on every single one, on one card in each of the classes. And so if you have not purchased this yet from me, this is the polka dot embossing folder. I highly recommend it. I think I'm going to use this forever. I can just imagine making more birthday cards with it. Just so many fun things with this embossing folder. So if you guys are not familiar with the Big Shot, I'm just going to show you how this is done. I'm not actually going to do it on this project because I already have it all done for you guys. But I want to explain just like we're in a real class. Pretend we're in a real classroom setting, and this is my Big Shot. And I was thinking a lot about this because I have a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between the Big Shot and the Cuttlebug, and which do you like better, Robin, now that you've worked with both a lot? And I have worked with both a lot, and I've loved both when I've worked with them, but having to make this many, and I won't even tell you guys how many I had to emboss for you guys, which I loved. I had to do so many. What I really liked about the Big Shot is that it doesn't move around when you're doing so many. Because the other machine, you know, it kind of unhooks from your table and then it starts to wobble. This doesn't. This is nice and solid because it's bigger, and I just loved it. I just felt like I was breezing through it. So I'm going to show you how to do it. This comes with the Big Shot, if you guys are hosting a party for me, or you're doing a catalog party, or if you have collected orders over $400, I believe, or $450, you can get a half price item, and that is the best time to purchase your Big Shot. It is worth the full value, but if you guys want to get it at a discount, just do a catalog party, collect some orders, and then you can get it for half the price. But it is totally worth it. I love my Big Shot. I actually have 2 now. I know. I ordered a half price item. I ordered another Big Shot. So when I'm preparing these classes for you guys, me and my assistant can be doing them at the same time, which is super awesome. Okay, so I put this on tab 1 for embossing. So we're going to use this for just the embossing, and use the 2 platforms, whatever, the dividers, sandwiches, whatever they're called, and then you stick your paper inside your embossing folder. And you guys see that I already did this for you. That's what I love about my classes. I love that you can all participate, and I can keep the fee down by doing some of the steps for you. So if you fall in love with some of these items, you can purchase them on your own, and you can make more of these if you'd like. And then you put this sandwich on the top, and then you just, roll it through. And if you like, I put my hand on the top right here a little bit, and nothing wiggles, nothing moves. And you should have seen me breezing through. I had to make hundreds and hundreds of each of these layers for you guys for all of my classes, and I was just breezing through. I think I've developed a new muscle that was never there before. So, but that's how you use that. And so let's go ahead and put this together. I didn't mess this up too much. No, I didn't. So I'm gonna grab a different one. I'll put that in my giveaway pile. I'm sure somebody will find something fun to do with that. And then we're going to move this. So this is a little bit different than my regular videos because I really don't edit a lot out. So you guys might hear a child in the background a little more often, because I want you to feel like you're really in my pink loft and we're really having a fun class. I want you to take your time. If you guys don't rush through these videos and these projects, take your time and just really enjoy yourself. If you were in my loft and we were having a real class, I would have a deadline. So I'd be like, okay guys, we gotta go now. But because you're doing this in the privacy of your own home, take your time. Okay, so you have, for this project, you have 2 of each of these, and if you'd like to use the backs, you can, it's up to you. But we're using the punch on this one. This is super fun. Don't you guys love that you got a punch in this class? Because the punches are not cheap and they're heavy to ship. I hope everyone's packets arrive safely. I had to do some maneuvering and doubling up with your materials. I didn't want anything to get bent or ruined. So, but I was excited to be able to do a punch with this class. So this is the tree punch, and so we're going to do on each of these. So we want to cut out 12 total. So you could do these all at one time if you want. So you should be able to fit 3 on each, 3, 6, 9, 12. You're going to want 3 of each of these patterns, or really 6 of each of the patterns, if that makes sense. But we only need 1 and then 2. So I'm just going to cut out, well, I probably should just go ahead and cut out 3. So I'm going to cut out 3. And if you maneuver it right, you probably could get more if you did some. Look, I could get another one out right there, kind of. Yeah. Okay, so you guys do what you want with that. I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to also do the polka dots. So I really only need, I'm going to use 2 polka dots on this one. This is a super easy card. If you guys are looking for something quick and simple that's not your normal Christmas colors, this is a great and fun card. This could just be for winter. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. And that's why I designed it. I wanted to have one that wasn't totally Christmas, for winter, or if you have a winter birthday, you could do whatever you'd like. Okay, so we're going to fold this over. Got my stuff. Got everything right next to me. Ah! Okay, so I will email you, if you haven't received it already, a PDF that has all of the sizes and dimensions that you need to further create. If you want to make these cards, make a ton more, you guys have plenty of time. You could order anything you wanted to make a ton of these cards. Like for me, for Christmas cards, I usually pick one style and I'll make 50 to 100. I'm sorry, I'm getting over my cold and I told you guys. Okay, so this, like I said, super easy. So I gave you guys a ton. Set your little Christmas trees aside. You have a ton of this. I love the thick baker's twine. You guys, it is super cheap. When you see this also, sometimes it goes on the weekly deals, the twine, and it's like $2 or something, and you get 1,000,000 yards. That is the, you know, anytime's the best time to get it because it's really inexpensive, but I love it. I like the thick. So I go through tons and tons of this. So kind of measure up here, and we're going to be going around this twice, and kind of measure here because you want it to last. There should be enough. There's plenty. I just had to double check on mine. That would be awful if I didn't give you guys enough, but I made sure that everybody has enough for all the, oh, you're going to want regular tape too. So if you guys have any like Scotch tape, or if you have a pink shoe like I do, that would be helpful. We're gonna do the little cheater thing here. So I love, this is probably out of the 3 cards for the class, this is, I don't know if it's my favorite, because I really like all of them, but you know I love bright colors, and I will probably do this one in pink too. So I will just, okay, I was gonna tell you guys, and I have a ton left over, but this paper here is the, it's called the stacks. You get them on the coordinations or the color pages in the catalog, and they come in a pack of a ton of different patterns for the whole collection. So this is from the Brights collection, and all I used from those whole packs were these sheets. So I have a ton left of all the other colors, which is great because I can use it when I'm making all sorts of other projects. Now I have all of the other bright colors. I love these, and you guys might see us using some more of the different patterns on some of the future classes because I love how versatile it is, and I love plain patterns that are just simple. That's why I use the polka dot a lot. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just use your adhesive, and because this is embossed, so if this is your first class and you've never really made a card before, welcome to my class. You guys are gonna love making your own cards. But you're going back, I'm kind of getting off the subject sometimes, because you emboss this, dry embossed, if you don't put adhesive on all 4 sides, it could get all wiggly on one spot and pop up. So just make sure you really put that on there. Here we go. Oh, I hear the wind outside. Welcome winter. Winter's just around the corner. You guys, we're almost done. Can you believe it? Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do regular adhesive on one of them. So pick one of your patterns, and I'm going to have this kind of here. And if you guys want to watch and see how the end turns out first before you do it, you can change these up. So this is your class. You guys do it however you want. I'm using some of Stampin' Up's Dimensionals, and I'm going to put them on the back of these. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. And aren't my nails so super cute? I'm really getting to the spirit, and it's like only November here. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and put this here, and then I'm going to put this over here, and this is one of our cards. Okay, so I hope you guys like this one, and we'll go ahead and I'll show you the other 2 in just a minute. Go get a snack, get a drink. If you want to make the other 3 cards for this, now's a good time to do that. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, we're ready for the second to the last card, the second card. So we're using our Old Olive cardstock, cut at 5.5 by 8.5. We're using, this is the Merry Moments patterned paper, so I gave you guys a variety. You can choose whichever one you want for each card. And we're using, this is the Glimmer red paper, and I actually cut that through using the Big Shot. I used the metallic platform for that. I like using the metallic platform when I'm using the framelits and the thinlits. And this was the Circles collection, which I use, which I can't get out. Okay, I love these circles. They're great for scrapbooking. If you guys are a scrapbooker like me and you like to cut, you know, those circles out, kind of the old school scrapbooking, that's what I call it. These are great because you can stick them right on the picture and then run them through your Big Shot. Okay, I'm going to finish this up. All right, now we're using this piece of Old Olive cardstock, and we're going to be using the stamp on it, and I'll show you which stamp we're using for this one. We are going to use, where is my stamp? We're using the punch, the tree punch for this one as well. We're also using, this is crumb cake ribbon, and we're going to use this one right here. Let me make sure I've got the right one. I think I have the right one. Let's see here. Yes. We're using this stamp, and I'm going to show you guys how to use the pens instead of an ink pad, which I prefer using the ink pad if I'm doing more than one, you know, just in my regular stamping, but I wanted to show you what you could do if you have limited supplies. And like I said, I'm trying to keep the cost of the class down, so I was trying to think of different ideas so you guys could have more colors. Okay, so the great thing about the Stampin' Write markers is you can use them for your journaling and for coloring and, you know, all these sorts of fun things, but you can also use them to, you apply them directly on your stamp. Isn't that cool? And so if you guys, because you're using your photopolymer for the first time, you might want to clean your stamp off first or stamp it a couple times. All you do is ink it up with your pen and then breathe on it. Isn't that kind of creepy? And then you stamp it. Ta-da! Okay. Okay, we have this stamped. Wasn't that so cool to be able to do it with a pen? Okay, now we're going to take our punch, flip it upside down, and then simply punch out what we just stamped. Okay, so you're going to do that 4 times on the card, but I hope you will, like I said, just take your time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take our ribbon. Now this ribbon is enough for all 4 cards as well. So measure it out, and you don't want to use too much so you have enough for all of your cards. Okay, so we're going to wrap this around here, and we're going to tape it on the back. And where's my tape? Tape it. Okay. There we go. And some teenagers just got home, so we'll probably hear them in the minute. Like I said, this is a real class for you guys tonight. Okay, so we're going to fold this in half right here. And I just love, like I said, I love working with the glimmer paper. It's kind of messy, but it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. Okay, all we're going to do now is just put adhesive on the back of this. Super cute card. So I made these cards so they are easy for you guys to duplicate and to make a lot of. You know, when you're making Christmas cards for people, you don't want to take forever. Okay, so now what we're going to do, this is super fun. So we're going to use dimensionals and pop this up. And I'm just using 3 to pop it up. 1, 2, 3. You can use as many or as little as you like. And this is fun. Now you can have this down a little bit further if you want. So I'm just going to kind of have it up here, be my focal point up here. And then I'm having the tree on here as well. Sticking with the dimensionals. The dimensionals will stick it really nicely to the glimmer paper. Okay. And then we're going to use the cherry cobbler that I put in there as a free gift for you guys. I'm going to run and get it. So you guys were at my house and I'm running and getting it. So open up your cherry cobbler. This is the only project that we're using it on, so you guys can have it to do whatever you'd like. I'm going to make sure, let me use some sort of scratch paper. Anytime I use the dazzling details, I always make sure I, you know, do it somewhere else first so it doesn't come out super fast. So we are going to make little ornaments or little balls with this. Isn't this cute? And it does coordinate with the dazzling details and gives you guys a little bit more. So there you go, there's that. And you're going to want to give this a little bit of time to dry. Let's see, what am I doing here? Let me put this on the side. Okay, let this dry. So we're going to stamp on the inside. You guys can stamp, also use your pens and stamp with the green. You can stamp either one of these sentiments in here. You can do a merry little wish for lots of joy at Christmas, to and from. Well, you probably don't want to stamp that in the middle of the card, but you guys can stamp in here like that. And now you guys get original, do something different. You don't have to do them the way that I show you guys how to do them if you want to do it. This would be cute sideways. with the ribbon still here. I think that'd be super cute. Super cute in the middle. Just a simple card for you guys. Okay, so let's set that aside. And now we're on the monochromatic card, which I love. You guys know I love doing monochromatic because I just love the colors that pop. So this is Real Red cardstock, and we're using Whisper White cardstock, and we're using Whisper White and Real Red and Real Red, and then we're also going to use the gems. So this one I used this embossing folder. So I did the same thing as we did in the first. I embossed, which was super fun. I think embossing is very therapeutic. Do you guys feel the same way? Do you guys like dry embossing? And I like wet embossing. You guys can find both of these techniques also on my blog. So I just stuck the paper in here like so, just plain paper, Whisper White, and then I closed it and I put it through my Big Shot a million times for the class, and then ta-da! Super awesome. I love this, and I love this texture because it kind of reminds me of like a candy cane kind of Christmas stripe, so that's super perfect for this card that we're going to do. And then for these ovals, I am loving my Big Shot. I am loving all of the framelits. I am collecting them. Almost every time I order, I will add on some framelits because I love them. So we're using this oval here for the white, and then we're using the next size up obviously for the red. Now you put this through the Big Shot. The great thing about the Big Shot and the framelits is you can do more than one piece of cardstock. So I was able to double up. I actually could do 3 of the Whisper White regular cardstock, and I could do 2 of the regular cardstock through the Big Shot, which saved a lot of time when you're making a lot of projects. Okay, so this is your basic 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to fold it in half here. And we're going to just set this aside here, set this aside, and we're using this oval. So now we're going to, for the next stamp, we are using the really pretty one. I just think this one is just so gorgeous. It's super, super awesome, pretty one right there. I don't even know what to call it. It's got like the flowery pattern on it. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're using the Real Red Stampin' Write marker. And we're not going to stamp this all the way in the center because we're going to stamp a sentiment underneath it. So let's go ahead and stamp or ink it up. Don't you guys like this technique? Some of you might have already known it, and I thought at first it only worked with the red rubber stamps, but it does work with the photopolymer, the clear photopolymer. Okay, so you got to make that sound. Stamp it right here. Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? It's not even an ink pad. I love it. Okay, so leave your pen out, and we're going to stamp. We'll do right here. We're going to do For Lots of Joy at Christmas. Or, you know what we're going to do? Since we're using a pen, I'm going to get all tricky with you guys. Okay, so we are just going to use our pen, and we're going to omit the 4. So we just wanted to say lots of joy at Christmas. I'm going to make sure this is kind of straight here. So we're not going to stamp the 4. So you just kind of got to get close. I think I have, mine is dirty. I didn't clean it last time, so I'm cleaning it. There we go. Now I've got my jeans on there. I probably should go ahead and just use my cleaner. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm actually going to use my cleaner here. The real Stampin' Scrub and the mist. Clean it off. There we go. Now it's nice and perfect. So we're going to mark up, if you guys have already done it, you might have already done it while you're waiting for me. Now we're going to have to be careful on the first so we don't touch that. You can also, I've seen people tape it off. Okay, I'm going to breathe on it. and lots of joy at Christmas. Look at that. Isn't that super cute? Okay. Now, the last little bit we're going to do is put this on here with our adhesive. And it's just so simple, but it's really elegant and pretty. And we're going to take our ribbon here, and this is going on the bottom, so we're going to do the cheater method with the bow. You should have enough ribbon here. I want this turned upside down. We're going to cut it a little bit. And you might want to cut all 4 pieces first, just to see how much room you guys can use for your little tiny bow. And here is my... There we go. And fold this over, tape it, and then use your adhesive on all 4 sides because it is embossed. Put a little bit in the middle for fun. And here we go. Here we go, putting this on here. I don't know what was on my finger. Got it off. Okay, I got something on there. I don't know what it was. Okay, so now we're taking this and we're going to use our dimensionals on top. Are you guys looking forward to Christmas this year? Is it cold where you guys live? Because it is already starting to get really cold here. Last year when we moved here around this time, it wasn't quite so cold. We had a really gentle winter here. Not looking forward to it getting super cold. Okay, so now you should have enough ribbon to do some little bows down at the bottom. Well, not really bows, but kind of like ties. The cheater method tie, where it looks like you kind of tied it first, but we all know the cheater method is you tie it after. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do is take one of those cute little gems and we are going to add it to the top of our Christmas tree. Just right here at the top. Can I get it up there? There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the cards for this class. And I don't know where my blue one is. Okay, it's sitting across the room from me. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for signing up for my Festivals of Trees Christmas card class. I cannot wait to see what you guys have made with them. Please share me the pictures when you're done. If you guys change it up at all, I'd love to see that. Hope you guys have a fabulous week. Bye.